Most everyone has heard Darwin's theory, which includes the idea of survival of the fittest. And most anyone that's heard it has also most certainly heard it applied as an idea in support of competition. I've come to disagree with that, and my understanding of the theory actually is an argument for collaboration and specializing, not of competing against one another. I won't continue off on a tangent that we've gotten this far as a species through cooperation and not competition, but instead, I'm going to take a moment to share how collaboration has been the key to how our farm has succeeded from the very beginning. We've been farming for almost a decade here in the Lakes region, where we live in Alton Bay and lease land for our main market garden, a short but still too long 15-minute drive to Guilford. Over the past decade, our farming has changed every year to something that looks a bit different than the year before, and that much hasn't changed. At our largest scale, we were growing on about 2 acres, and now we're only growing on about a 1/4 acre, focusing our production on specialty cut flowers and targeted production for our prepared goods and wholesale markets. Back in 2012, we began our small farm business by turning over 30-year-old sod, and by the end of 2019, it built our business and the soil into providing for a 100-member CSA. We also attended farmers markets and managed a few wholesale accounts along the way. Now, as anyone that has had a garden would guess, that first year planting into freshly turned 30-year-old sod didn't go so smoothly. As new farmers, attempting to feed 100 families a week for a 16-plus week season, as well as attending farmers markets and trying to keep a few wholesale accounts satisfied, was challenging, to say the least. From our first year to this very day, we collaborate with over 10 other local farms in any given year to be able to do what we do. Initially, our collaboration stemmed from running short on something, or to simply prevent a mutiny in our CSA program for not including sweet corn in the summer shares. It just doesn't make sense to grow sweet corn on a small farm. Not only do we see working with fellow growers as an asset, but as a necessity in building a resilient and truly sustainable local food system. I want to flash back to a New Hampshire Food Alliance gathering back in 2016, held at the Mountain View Grand Hotel and Resort, which I must say is a far better venue than Zoom. That is when I recollect meeting Gavin and Mary McDonald, and when I first learned about their crazy business of running a shared-use kitchen and co-packing facility. I remember leaving that Food Alliance gathering that afternoon with my wheels spinning, and not just the ones carrying me southbound. Now that brings me in light-speed fashion to our prepared goods that we're sharing with all of you here at the statewide gathering for the New Hampshire Food Alliance. The many years of running a CSA program helped us learn a couple of key things about helping folks eat within a local food system. Interesting to us was that it wasn't always about the cost that made the difference in whether someone chose to buy local or not. And it often came down to some level of convenience factors that fit into folks' busy lifestyles. Often, it was much more about offering high-quality products paired with a little help on how to eat along with the seasonal harvest coming off the farm. Since then, we've had assistance in developing over 15 different products, some of them featured here today. The ability to have developed and successfully brought to market professionally packaged, shelf-stable products has been a game changer for our farm. We also think it has been a chance for eaters in our community to see what we can produce right here using locally sourced produce, and we think they're pretty tasty. Our commitment as a farm to work with as much of our own or other local growers' produce poses a real challenge. New England's cold sometimes. And it goes without saying that in order to eat a predominantly locally sourced diet here in New Hampshire, one must figure out how to eat seasonally. For us, our ability to take our in-season produce and turn all of its fresh goodness into a shelf-stable product gives our farm the ability to capture and sell that produce throughout the year, which helps smooth out those corners of seasonal eating, as well as gives our farm and the local food system a chance to capture as much of the season's bounty as we can. We love to cook in our house, and no doubt in this past year, many of you have had to find the joy of cooking whether you've wanted to or not. Food is our passion and has been for a long time. I came from the restaurant background, and those old production habits I was never able to shake. When we make anything here in our kitchen, the results are typically mountains of food to share, or likely to stuff in the freezer for later. I'll share just one of those many projects to show how we've used a couple of our products we're showing you tonight. In this classic Mexican dish, we will show you how to pair our enchilada sauce or our salsa verde to make chili rellenos, one of our favorites. This version happens to be vegetarian, but I gotta say, a nice chorizo, pulled pork, or any other such inspiration can be deployed here. As is true of so much of Mexican-style cooking, it's all about the sauce. Well, mostly. Chili rellenos are a staple in many Mexican menus, and they can be made with many kinds of peppers. This time we used fresh poblano chilies from our farm, roasted them over an open flame to blister the skin so they've got a nice char and the skins have all blistered evenly. Then we peel them and discard the skin of the pepper. Next, we make a slice lengthwise down the pepper, keeping the blossom end attached and slicing out and removing all the seeds. Now here's where your creativity can be boundless. For this version, we chose to use frozen sweet corn, saved from the summer harvest, chopped red onion, cheddar cheese, cilantro, and likely some spices. I truly can't remember. After stuffing all the peppers with our filling, we put them out on a sheet tray to freeze them individually, which makes future preparation a heck of a lot easier. Now typically, you already would have been cooking your sauce, and this is where we offer you a little cheat. Forgive yourself. It's local. We've used our Busy Lizzie's enchilada sauce here, but the salsa verde is just as good. We've served these many ways, usually over rice, and maybe you could include a side of roasted cauliflower or, whatever's in season. As a testament to how important a local food system is and the collaborations that come from a well-developed one, we're excited to see and be a part of offering our products through some new and novel distribution methods that have been developed here in the state. In 2020, we began reaching further afield than in years past, to not only offer our products, but also to source raw ingredients from local farms through these collaborative platforms. We are so thrilled to participate with these food system collaborations and want to highlight and sincerely thank the Belknap Food Shed, operated by Mary and Gavin McDonald at Genuine Local. Thanks.